Hey, yeah, what's up? This is like Marshall Occurrence Rain, back up in this anti-Illuminati all day. Hey, yeah, what's up? So, this message is going to be about what have the Freemasons been doing to change the African American experience in America? What has the Freemasons been doing to change the African American experience? What have they been doing? Okay, like I covered in the other videos, the last thing we need in 2021, I don't care what the 80s was, I don't care about the 90s, I don't care about the 70s, I don't care about the 60s. I'm talking about here in 2021, we do not need common Americans meeting in secret and doing things and organizing things in secret. Okay? We could say people have the right to do it. You can try to hide behind rights, but the moral state of America is going to convince everybody, the majority, even foreign countries, that there should not be any secret societies in a country like America. We don't need no secret societies here. We don't need no secret societies here. No, 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 no. We want to know what you're doing. And the reason why we want to know what you're doing, because nothing is being done worth nothing as far as being good in this country. Okay, you're meeting in secret, but nothing's being done in the country. That part. So why would Americans invite secretive organizations doing things in secret, and the state of the country is getting worse and waxing worse every passing day? I mean, you are not effective. You just meet in secret. And that could mean to some that your results or your intentions are evil, because that's all being produced. What has the Freemasons done for the African American experience? Okay, if they're claiming, if they supposed to be organized to help humanity, how have they helped Black humanity? How have they helped African Americans in general? Not people who join their community. We're not talking about that. We're talking about the everyday average African American. How have they ultimately, on the average, how have they impacted these average everyday African Americans right here and right now? How? And that's basically the bottom line. See, with me, I have met Freemasons, so that you know. I've had Freemasons as associates. I've got to sit down and talk. I have lived with a Freemason. He showed me his certification and everything. Okay? That's what separates me from conspiracy theorists and all these other people. I've actually had another Freemason besides the one that I lived with that um, told me some things that's going on in their community. And he basically told me that the Freemasons are basically bent on world domination, just like the Illuminati is. That's what I was told by a Freemason. Not from my own opinion. Not conspiracy theorists. I had a Freemason who befriended me. We went to the movies together, hung out. You know, he liked me in a different way, and I didn't know it. He liked me in a gay way. Okay, so this is probably why he was helping me understand the information or giving me secrets to their organization. He said they gave him money on a monthly basis, just like sustenance, and everything. So, and he told me that they have basically the same agenda as the Illuminati, which is world domination. That's how he put it. Okay, so I already knew all of this. This also forms why this also shows you part of my swag, why my swag is the way it is too, man, because some of y'all don't have these experiences. Y'all don't meet people that y'all don't meet no Freemasons and they tell you and things and live with them like I have and you learn and you get this information, you get this this insight on things. You don't get this. Okay, you don't even know about their world, the Freemasons world. A lot of you Christians, y'all don't even know about the Freemasons world. You just think, oh, it's just there. It's more than just there. Like I said, a Freemason himself told me that they're trying to dominate the world. Okay? And, you know, um, I think that Christians need to start researching these people that call themselves Freemasons. I stayed with a military man, and he just came, and this was a veteran that was served in, I think, he served in Vietnam. He, when I was living with him, said, "It's just amazing, ain't it? It's amazing what Freemasons can do." That's what he told me. He said, "It's amazing what Freemasons can do." This is a man that served in the military and definitely fought in real time war, and he is amazed at what the Freemasons can do. You know why he's amazed? You know why he's amazed? It's because they have all type of operations, I believe, in real time operations within society, operating here, there, all throughout the community, through the police departments, through restaurants, through communities and everything. Yeah, I know. Yeah, I know about it. And I know that God is going to bring judgment on it. Because you have not been, I don't care I don't care about your charities. I don't care about what you contribute to Disneyland. I don't care about what you contribute to these little organizations, these little funds and things, to these little charities to help children. I don't care about any of that because I look at your overall purpose, and it's not to serve God. Okay? So you have to be limited in some type of form and fashion. Some type of form of fashion, you have to be limited because you're limited to the finite. You're finite as humans. And if you don't connect to the infinite in power, wisdom, and knowledge, then you're limited in your overall missions and operations. Okay? So I want to know, how can Freemasons sit up and watch police shootings? You got all this power, right, in the country. You can sit up and watch police shootings. You can sit up and watch injustices done towards blacks. You can sit up and watch all of this happen. You can sit up and watch politicians do blatant acts of political racism over the years. You can sit up and watch this. You have let's just put it like this, America. All these things that have been going on, Freemasons have not been able to do, have been doing nothing about it. Freemasons have been doing nothing about all of this going on. Obviously not. But yet, they have power, they have authority in the earth, they play around with people's lives. Yeah, I've been informed. You didn't think I was. Oh, yeah. I've been informed, my friend. Well, not my friend. I've been informed. I have received intelligence about you. And I treat you, because I have the supernatural power of God, and I'm a part of the kingdom of God. I treat you like I treat the Illuminati. I treat you like I treat anybody else. They're intimidated. Americans are intimidated by you, but I'm not intimidated by you because I know that you're finite and you're limited because you are human. As long as you are human, you are limited to human abilities and human outcomes. I am connected to the supernatural, infinite kingdom of God, which has infinite outcomes. For all you people that, and I'm glad I'm saying this, I'm gonna make a individual video about this though, a separate video about this. God is God, and what Americans need to understand is these Freemasons and these wicked people, these witches and warlocks, these people lurking in the scenes, lurking behind the scenes, they're depending on prophecies of the Bible. They're depending on the mark of the beast being issued. They're depending on a new world order, a one world government. They're depending on that. But God could not do it. Can you hold God to prophecy? Is there any preacher who would dare try to hold God to prophecy? God can change his mind. Who's going to do anything about it? Yeah, I need to open your mind up to who you're dealing with. You're dealing with God. God does not have to do anything that you think he has to do. He doesn't have to bless you. He doesn't have to fulfill any prophecy. And all you American Christians try to hold on to, well, it says his word would not return unto him void, and it would go out to accomplish what it's supposed to accomplish. But God can do anything, and God can change his mind, and he has been known to change his mind from what he was going to do. That's why I got to do another video on this, because I still don't think you believe me. I think a lot of you think prophecy is God. Yeah, you do. You're sitting up worshiping what's going to happen with this one world government. You're praising it every day about the mark of the beast. You're praising the coming of the Antichrist. Especially all you Christians making videos about it. But God is God. God could just decide to destroy America and start over. And we have a better world without America. America, you have become the biggest problem. If you were not here, then everything would be distributed more evenly. And guess what? I guarantee you because these terrorists, a lot of them only want what they should have as a human being. They only want they only want things that a human should have in life. Most of them. Go listen to what they talking about. They just want a certain amount of things in life. No different than the black man doing a crime. He only wants the real criminals, they're not out there for fun. They just want certain things in life. It all boils back down to it, man. Everybody just wants certain things in life. And America has sat back in a greedy fashion and deprived many nations and many tongues and many people from things in life. And people are starting to realize and think that, hey, maybe it'll be a better world without America. You don't want to hear it, but it's the truth. It's what people are starting to say. Maybe this will lead you to change. But if you never hear the truth, then you will never change. People are starting to feel that you are the problem. And people like me that see all the psychological war games and all the things that you do against God's people, following them, watching them in society, putting them under 24/7 surveillance through witches and warlocks and telepaths and psychics. With me seeing that, I'm starting to believe you are the enemy that people say you are to humanity. It's what it's. I'm starting to see it for what it is. You know, and you have to realize everybody that is your enemy are not all evil. You're not God. You're not pure. You're definitely not pure. So that means that you have some enemies that are legitimate. You have some enemies that are legitimate. You have some enemies that are actually on God's side. You have some enemies that God protects. America, you have some enemies that God loves. Yeah, I know it's shocking because you think you're so holy. You think you're so righteous. Subconsciously you do. Can you name one enemy you feel that was a worthy enemy? Somebody that was worthy, that you wronged, that everybody makes enemies. You don't have any legitimate enemies. You don't have one person that's right about the things that you've done to them. Well, I'm one of them. You've wronged me. You've wronged me in many ways. I am one of the first legitimate enemies that deserve to be an enemy of America. You were wrong. You did operations against me. You did psychological operations against me. Even now you have telepaths, witches, and warlocks and psychics all around my atmosphere and my environment. Yeah, you didn't think I know that? Knew that? I don't get the respect I get for no reason. I get this respect because I got it. I get this respect because I have something. Glory, all glory to my Lord. I have something. Glory to his name. So you're in trouble. That's what I'm telling you. And God doesn't have to do any of that prophecy stuff if he doesn't want to. Yeah, because what I see is it's more evil people depending on it than righteous people depending on it. It's more evil people depending on the prophecies of God than righteous people. They're looking forward to the mark of the beast and the one world government and the Antichrist rising to power. God could just say, I'm not going to do any of that. I'm going to get rid of the real problem, which is America, and just let it be a fallen empire and continue on and shake things up. And now you're going to really have to know me, because this is if God is speaking. You're going to really have to know me because you're not going to know what's going to happen next. You don't know. We're talking about God here. You're talking about trying to hold God to the word, to the prophecies in the Bible, the living God. I'm not saying don't follow it. I'm not saying don't follow the Bible. I'm saying that is God God or not? Does he have to do it? If God did not do it, this is the solid question. Can God not do it? Can God not do these prophecies? Can God not make sure that? Can God not allow the mark of the beast to come? Can God not allow the Antichrist to rise to power? Can God not allow the New World Order to rise? Can God not allow it? Of course, he's God. What can he not do? I'm not trying to be a smart jerk. I believe that God doesn't have to do it. That's what I believe. So my mind ain't set on all that like y'all is. My mind is set on, excuse me, my mind is set on looking at the problems and God eliminating the real problems in the humanity. That's what I focus on. And the real problems right about now, right here now, as of November 19th, 2021, the real problems are America and its dealings in the world. They just went over and killed 7 children in Afghanistan. And you think giving them some money is going to bring out? Would you care about money if your child was killed? You can never get those children back. And it was just America going over there, playing around, thinking that, you know what I'm saying? Man, you disgust me. You disgust me in a lot of ways, man. You know what I'm saying? You really do. Your government went up, and then before before it all panned out, yeah, no, after it panned out, they held a conference in the Pentagon, talking about swinging back and forth with the general. The general swinging in there, and this other guy's talking, some spokesman or something for them, for the Pentagon or whatever. The general and him acting so confident, it was totally wrong, and had killed 7 children, man. That's what they found out after they held that conference. You have become the problem. You have. Everything you're doing right now, we know. You have become the problem. That's how we see it. And all your enemies are not evil. I'm trying to tell you. You want to demonize all your enemies, but all your enemies are not evil. You want to demonize everybody who opposes you, but all your enemies are not evil. I'm one of them. I'm not an evil person. I'm just someone that America think they can play with, and now judgments from God is coming, and now you're trying to esteem me as evil, and your community and your famous people, some of them are trying to esteem me as evil because that's all they've been taught to do. They have not been taught that maybe some of the arguments that people have against America is just and right. Maybe some of the arguments that people have against America is worth considering. You ever thought about that? Because after all, Americans are humans. There's no way you can be perfect. I don't care if it's in government. I don't care if it's in policing. I don't care if it's in military. I don't care if it's in the African American community. I don't care if it's in white America. I don't care if it's in the Hispanic or Latino community or any community. It's no way humans can be perfect. You can't be perfect. It's something is always wrong that needs to be corrected. It's always like that. That's what you need to understand. You need to understand that I understand that. So that being said, we're dealing with imperfect beings in the government, in politics. And so if you have imperfections, then those imperfections sometimes can make enemies. And it's good, it's so I say all that to say that it's not far-fetched if you're dealing with imperfect creatures that they're going to create enemies because of their imperfections. And those enemies can have legitimate reasons because you're imperfect, and their reason for opposing you is because of something imperfect that you have been doing as fully grown adults. Okay? Something you've been doing in real time, not in the mind. Something you've been doing in real time, in actions. And you need to look at that. You need to look at that. Instead of being arrogant, you need to look at that you may actually have enemies that are legitimate. Enemies that are legit enemies. They are legit enemies. Okay? When you go over there and you kill somebody's children, 7 children, you can't say, well, I don't understand why they're enemies. I don't understand why they want to fight us. We always trying to help somebody. We always trying to do what's right. We always trying to lead people to the picnic table to have some hot dogs and hamburgers. No matter what picnic table you lead those people to, their children are dead. 7 children. Okay? And so, Freemasons, back on that, people say one and the same. People would say America and Freemasons are almost one and the same. I mean, how many people are Freemasons? I mean, you could look that up and see. Here in America, it's just so many of them. But I'm gonna come back with part 2 in this because I wanna still talk more about these Freemasons.